Hey guys, what's up? It's Umbruhh here, and I finally got my hands on Borderlands 3 at Fan Expo 2019 in Toronto. And so today I'll be talking about my thoughts and impressions of the game and my overall experience playing the demo. So without further ado, let's do this. So I went to play the demo at Fan Expo, which is a convention in Toronto. Long story short, it's basically Comic-Con but in Toronto, Ontario. The convention was really fun. There were a lot of cool vendors, exhibitions, and cosplayers that I got to see. I even got to take a picture with Flack, or someone cosplaying as Flack, which was really cool. And so the Borderlands 3 booth that I was waiting in line for, which was about an hour long, but while people were waiting, they could take part of a cosplay kind of video thing where like you take a video with a psycho mask on and you can use whatever props you want. I put on a psycho mask and a buzz axe and I acted like a psycho pretty much. It was a little cringy, but I'm just fucking hyped for the game. So I waited about an hour to play, so I talked with some of the players in line. Now I saw there was at least 30 people in front of me, and there were about 15 PCs set up, so I knew I was going to be waiting for a while. So I talked with some people in line, talked about where we're from, and our excitement for the game, and I already knew who I was going to play. I was going to play as Zane the Operative. Now, mostly everybody at this event, or like the booth, everyone around me I saw was either playing Flack or Mose. And nothing wrong with that, the two are very popular characters. Although nobody was playing Amara, which was strange considering the Sirens are usually the most played class in the Borderlands series. Like, a lot of people played Lilith and a lot of people played Maya, but I don't see much hype around Amara. Could be the melee aspect, but that's just why I wanted to play as her. I did see some people playing as Zane, although not as much. I was one of the few people that chose Zane. Now, I really like Zane. Like, I find the whole deal with him really cool, like how he's a mix of Zero from Borderlands 2 and the body double Jack from the pre-sequel. So I decided I was gonna play as Zane, and that's what I did. I went with the double agent build where you can use his digiclone. What I really enjoyed about the digiclone thing is how you can switch places with him. You can either use the clone as a distraction, or you can switch places with him. Like, let's say you're out in the open and your clone is in cover. You can just press the action skill to swap places with your digiclone, and it's just gonna be really viable. And one of the cool things about Zane as well is you can equip a secondary action skill, although it will replace your grenades, but there is, I think, a skill that you can unlock in one of the skill trees where your digiclone will throw grenades or you shoot grenades. I'm not sure which one it is. So now to talk about the gameplay. Now, it definitely felt a lot more refined than Borderlands 2 movement and gunplay wise. Like, the game added sliding and mantling, which is where you can climb, basically, which is pretty common in most FPSs nowadays, so it makes the game feel a lot more fluid in terms of movement, and the gunplay is a lot more smooth and snappy, basically. Although the one thing that wasn't smooth was the PC that I was running on. Like, the specs, I'm not sure if there was just something wrong with my particular unit when I was playing the demo, but the game ran at like 20 FPS, although I know it's not the game because everyone around me seemed to be running it at a pretty good frame rate. So that kind of hindered my experience a little bit, but nonetheless I still had a blast playing it. The game was so much fun, although I kind of sucked at it, if I'm being honest. Like, I think I died about 2 or 3 times during the demo because I was getting used to the way Borderlands 3 works. The inventory feels a lot more nice, and I like how the maps are a lot more detailed than Borderlands 2. And the humor still comes back, and if you enjoy the humor of Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, you'll enjoy the humor in this game too. Like, I think two of my favorite quotes that I heard in the demo was when Zane said you couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo, which is, I'm assuming, some kind of Irish slang, or like Irish insult. And when I killed the psycho, they kept on mentioning their chili recipe right before dying, which I thought was fucking random. So overall, it still retains the wacky yet funny sense of humor that Borderlands 2 and the previous games had. And I heard a couple lines from the main antagonist, Tyrene Calypso. Got to, I guess, show us more what's about her. It was basically the standard demo where you got to fight Mouthpiece, which was pretty cool. Now, I died a lot during Mouthpiece, that's definitely for sure. Like, Mouthpiece would summon these Soundwave AoEs, area of effects, that I wasn't sure where to take cover at all, and I kept on dying, and there wasn't a lot of tinks for me to kill. And that's another thing too, they changed the names for midgets to tinks for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. It could be to be more politically correct, but I'm not sure. I like midget better. So as a result of running out of ammo and just quick thinking, I didn't shoot when Mouthpiece was almost out of health. I just started meleeing him, which was almost a bad idea because I nearly died, but I got lucky. And one thing they added too, which I thought was really cool, they had a little bit of this in Borderlands 2, if I remember. Like, I remember sometimes on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode in Borderlands 2 are loot midgets, although now they're called loot tinks, and I'm assuming they're more frequently. And they're a lot like the loot goblins from the Diablo series. Like, they're trying to run away and you have to kill them as quickly as possible. So obviously I wasn't able to record any Borderlands 3 footage. They were pretty strict about the whole thing too. Like, we only had about 15 or 20 minutes to play the game, and the game was already loaded, so obviously we couldn't record any footage, so I'm recording some Borderlands 2 footage. But overall, I am really satisfied with the demo, and I am extremely looking forward to playing the game on release. Like, I'm going to pre-order it soon. I am extremely excited, and I just can't fucking wait. Anyways, guys, I hope you all like this video. Be sure to subscribe if you like this. Subscribe for more content. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and I will see you guys later. You guys are awesome. I love you all. Umbruhh out.